Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah, I know. Both
you know
I
what?
and Art would be burned in the town square.
And I would love it.
Don't rule it out yet.
I'm not.
The point I'm making is that today's science is yesterday's magic. Magic is a force like electricity. I can use it to run my computer, or I could kill somebody with it.
Okay.
It's how you use it that counts.
Right, and let me tell you something. It's the responsibility taken therefore thereof also counts. See, I will kill, and I will take the total blame for it. Art, I want to say something here. Art, I really want to say something here.
Okay, let her say something, ma'am.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I was agreeing with her.
I want to say something here. If I were to go out tomorrow and commit an act of cold-blooded murder, I would go into a courtroom without, they would appoint a defense, naturally, but I would go up in front of the judge, ma'am, and look that person right in the eye and said, end of trial. I have done what I've done. Now you carry out what you must carry out. There will be no trial. I am guilty. I would boldly stand and say in front of a jury that I killed them. There is nothing, no second guessing, no games, no OJ. I can tell you that for sure. I would boldly admit
I believe you.
Trial.
I believe you.
I would, Mr. Bell.
I agree with you. You do have to take responsibilities for your actions in this life, definitely.
And Satan is, and Satan is my master, and everything that I do, it's like if I curse someone, I let it be known. Let it be recorded on this night. Let it be written in the books that this must be recorded in, that I, Harlot, I, Patsy, have committed this evil act of magic, and I will be held accountable. I must be held accountable. I must receive no mercy. In retaliation, I must be more hateful than my enemy. I must always be more hateful, more conniving, and more evil. The more retaliation that I bring upon myself, it increases the evil. Hell, Satan, that's what I'm all about.
I guess I have a question for you.
Yes, okay.
I'm pagan myself, and I've always viewed Satanism as a radically dissenting Christian sect because you follow the same belief system. It's just you work the opposite side of the street.
Ma'am, it is nowhere near the same. Let me give you a perfect example. In the Christian church, they do this. Blessed are the poor in spirit, blessed are the merciful, and so on. Blessed they may be in the eyes of God. Unblessed, unholy blessed they are, because they will be trodden upon and stomped down by cloven hooves. And our army, it's different, hon. It's totally different.
Yeah.
Yes, it is totally different.
Yes,
the Christian
you're
church does not uphold.
The
Christian church does not uphold one iota. They do not uphold magic. They do not uphold the practice of any art that is not coming directly from their word. They do not uphold the Christian realm and our realm are two different. You slap me, I'm going to knock your cotton-picking head off. You stomp my foot, I'm going to cut your foot off. It is totally different, hon. Totally different, taken to the extreme. Extreme violence, extreme brutality, extreme evil. That's why I have got Wiccans right here in this town, of beautiful little quiet town of Salt Lake City. They all talk, but they don't want to encounter me face to face. Because, hon, I will tell you now, when it gets down to the white on the rice, I don't play the game. I'm not going to, goof around with little incantations and little spells and little hexes and little different things. The bottom line of it is they cross my path and they provoke me to justified, unholy reasons. I will kill through supernatural powers if I choose it. If I do not choose it, I will carry out brutality. My coven will, my blood lord will, my warlocks will carry out a brutality of medieval proportions without any remorse, I have warlock sons that will stand there and wait for a cop to get there. They won't run.
Okay. We've got very little time.
Art?
Yes.
Can I do something, please, before we go off the air? Please?
Oh, yes, yes.
One last thing I want to say is, hell, Satan, great is his power. I understand the freedom of choice. I understand your position, Art. You're carrying out your destiny in this world. Hell, Satan, we're glad to have you. I'm glad to have you on the airways because it does give a sense of reality to things that are coming in the quickening and so on. But world, Satan exists. I exist. As long as Satan exists, evil exists. I hope you Wiccans all don't do a damn thing because the middle will be crushed. That way the real Armageddon can begin. Art, I would like to thank you for the time. Hell, Satan, great is his immortal power, the primordial Son of God himself.
Well, good night, Harlot. Thank you for being here.
I'll take one more phone call if you will.
No, we're about out of time here.
Okay.
All right.
Good night, America. And Art, I would like to be calling around and just dropping in sometime and saying hi.
All right.
That'd be fine?
Take care.
You too.
All right. I'm going to have to do a lot of thinking about all I heard. It's kind of strange. Early in the evening, I really thought that we were being put on. As the hours wore on, it became absolutely obvious that we were not being put on, that she believes exactly what she's saying. In a way, I think that it did Christians a great service to hear this. In a way, with regard to those who have not chosen, those who are in the middle, and I count myself among those, by the way, I think she's absolutely correct. That is not to say in any way that I agree with her. But with regard to those who waffle, those who are in the middle, there is a great area of agreement between those who would call themselves devout Christians and, our friend Hail Satan here. So, very provocative indeed. And I'm going to have to do some very serious thinking about what I've heard over these hours, as I'm sure perhaps you will as well. Fascinating. And as you can see, I will continue to do this and explore all kinds and forms of talk radio and ideology that many may disagree with or be offended by. And this night was no different. In fact, this night was really, in many ways, a prime example of that exploration. So there you have it. And that actually is going to wrap up the week for me. I want to remind my audience that I will be in Encinitas. This is the one book signing I'm going to do for my book, The Quickening. I find it interesting as well that all sides seem to agree on the fact of the quickening. Both sides. It is occurring. Perhaps it is marking the day that all of you were talking about with Harlot, with Patsy. That's one other area that both sides seem to agree on. We are quickening. That's the book. I'll be signing copies of it in the one book signing that I plan to do. It'll be in Encinitas at Barnes & Noble, beginning at about 10 o'clock in the morning. Barnes & Noble, located at 1040 North El Camino Real, 1040 North El Camino Real in Encinitas. 10 o'clock Saturday morning. See you there. From the high desert, I'm Art Bell with a lot of thinking to do. Good night.